For my whole career, I've used D'Addario strings.
This is the one that I use live with Megadeth, and I love it.
I've been with D'Addario my whole career, even when I was playing bass in Van Halen, because that's what Dad would play, D'Addario for life. And I say it right, D'Addario.
Hey everybody, I'm Ted Drozdowski, editorial director of Premier Guitar, and we're here today with Andrew Stockdale of Wolfmother. Andrew is the alpha wolf of Wolfmother. This is your pack, man. It's your den. It's your thing. You also specialize in getting huge guitar sounds out of what I was expecting a stack of Marshalls, and you've got a nice concise rig here.
Yeah, totally. I used to have like 3 Voxes and cabs and the heads and everything up there, and it would take like, we'd have a trailer on the back of the bus and 2 guys loading it up, and they'd have a beer and high five each other after they loaded out. Now they're gone.
And
all the amps are gone.
Man, before we get too deep
we're
into
doing
this,
that.
though, can we start with the guitars? And you can tell me about this SG you have right here. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
We'll work through.
Well, I came over here with no guitars over from Australia about a week ago, and Gibson were generous enough to loan me this thing, which I believe is some kind of 61 reissue or something.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
Does that look right?
Reissue SG, yeah.
And I like this varnish. It's pretty cool. Like, it's not that thick red paint. It's sort of got a bit of a wood finish on there, which is nice.
Yep. How's it been serving you so far on the tour?
Great. I'm nervous to chip it.
But if you chip it, maybe they'll let you keep it.
Well, yeah. Who knows? Let's hope so.
This could be the beginning of a new guitar relationship.
But yeah, it's got a
Right.
Oh, it's they don't have shark fin inlays on these ones, man. This is a Gibson.
And what kind of strings do you use typically?
These, what are they? 10 to 42s? Yeah, 10 to 42s. Yeah.
10 to 42s.
Ernie Ball strings.
Excellent.
Who sent us a little pack a couple of days ago. That was pretty awesome.
All right.
And we got these picks here, which are, what are they? I can't even read that. 88 millimeter, yeah.
There you go. That sounds
88
right.
millimeter.
Ernie balls. Yep. And where do you like to set your tone controls and stuff on the guitar? Do you tend to like roll volume for solos, or what do you do?
No,
Straight up.
None of that stuff. Just everything. Just flat out the whole way.
Yeah. Full tilt settings for a full tilt sound.
Yeah. I mean, I did do that whole thing where you turn it down and turn the amps on full and switch between the pickups for distortion. When the pedal board broke down once, which was like, I don't know, 15 years ago or something.
So, Andrew, what pickups are in that guitar?
I believe these are the 61T Gibson pickups.
Excellent.
Great sounding pickup.
Excellent.
Very cool.
Now, if you weren't playing that guitar, because you did say you picked this up when you got to the States, what would you normally be playing with if you were at home doing gigs or something?
Well, I've got another sort of 80s black SG, standard black SG that I just took around Europe. But I do have an olive drab Epiphone Explorer, which I really like the look of. But those cases are a mission to put on the trolley at the airport.
They would have to bring those 2 guys back to work too, who were carrying the amps.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pick up these guitars and hold them in frame if I can. If you want to talk about it for a minute. Okay. Now here we've got a pretty cool looking vintage Supro, and you told me this was given to you by a player of renown.
Yeah. This is about 10, 12 years ago. I'm not sure. Maybe I was at a friend's place surfing in England. Would you believe it?
No, that's
of all places in Cornwall. And we were just hanging out, having a few beers, and he's like, "Here, take this guitar." So it's very generous of him, but we'll have to play it tonight.
Now, you said earlier it was from C6 Steve.
Yeah.
Was C6 Steve surfing?
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine C6 Steve surfing.
Oh, he's a great surfer.
Oh, that's amazing.
He's a legit surfer.
That's amazing.
A lot better than me.
That's amazing. Cool. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
great Supro. It just looks perfect. You know, they don't, the finish is awesome. I love that sort of old Bakelite kind of look. And those old Supro pickups are just
I
killer.
remember him saying, "Oh, you can have this one because it kind of looks like a toilet seat or something."
Yeah, they call that stuff mother of toilet seat. So there you go. And you've also got a White Falcon, is that right?
Yes, that shows how long this has been in storage for. Because when I came over from the UK, I put this in storage at Mate's. So I bought this at the shop around the corner from his place, at Mason's,
Okay.
and so I've been using this on one of our songs, Apple Tree.
Okay.
But this did get snapped on a flight from Perth in Australia.
Oh, did the headstock come off?
I think around there or something.
Oh, wow. That's a big cut.
But I just kind of did my own job on that thing. Just put a bit of glue on it and a clamp and left it overnight. Actually, I don't know. I think it plays better now. But
Yeah. You know, it's funny. A lot of people say that about Gretches and Gibsons that have had those neck snaps, you know, that
Yeah.
there's something just magical that happens after that first break. Of course, after you
Yeah.
have your heart attack and recover from that when you see the break, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's funny. I was coming back from this flight in Israel of all Tel Aviv. We played in Tel Aviv, and like I used to have 2 SGs in like a soft case, and this guy comes up to me and goes, "Do you ever get, like, out of nowhere? Do you ever get worried about your guitars breaking?" I'm like, "No. Why would I?" And then I'm like, "He's jinxed me, man." I went up, opened the case, and the headstock snapped off.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it's funny that, isn't it? But most of the time, it doesn't happen.
Well, it's been about 8 years since I've been in Nashville. 8 years is too long. Good to see you back. I remember you here last time. It's the first time. Welcome. This one's called Apple Tree. Yes, I can remember that. The one that picked the apple tree. Yes, I can remember that. The one that picked the apple tree. Yes, I can remember that. Look inside the banner chair. Yes, I can remember that. Look inside the banner chair.
Hey y'all, I'm John Bohlinger with Premier Guitar. So our rig rundowns for a long time now have been sponsored by D'Addario. And I'm thrilled to be using the D'Addario Expand Pedalboard. I've got this little guy that fits in my gig bag, and like many of you, I'm changing pedals all the time. I love having a board that can shrink as I'm shrinking my board or expand as I'm expanding it. And that's why I love the Expand pedal board. Their patented telescoping technology lets me instantly change the size of my pedals playground. It also features a unique cable management system and comes fitted with loops of Velcro, keeping everything neat and easy to swap. The 2 Expand versions comes with either 1 or 2 rows depending on your needs. So a big thanks to D'Addario. Now, let's get back to more rig rundowns.
Well, you want to grab the SG and talk about your pedal board here, and also, you know, basically the heartbeat of the of your tonal control center down there, which is a Line 6 HX stomp. But
Yeah. So I swapped to the Stomp about 7 years ago. Actually, I bought one of those big racks. That was my first Stomp, and then I had the bigger pedalboard one, and then I just thought I'll just go to the little HX Stomp, whack it on this with just because I think having my own pedals gives it a bit more character, I think.
Yeah.
Possibly.
yeah,
But
and Yeah, and it's got a great core tone. So you've got like a snark floor tuner, and then you're running from there into the micro synth. Is that right?
Yes, that's it. Bought the snark in Amsterdam from a guitar shop when we played at the Paradiso, which was just after Christmas sometime or before. No, yeah, this year. Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah. So we got that one, then the micro synth, which I've had right from the beginning with Wolfmother. It used to be a big silver kind of looking one, which I'm sure you've seen
the
around.
old school one.
Yeah. I mean, on the record, I think we used an actual rack micro synth. Okay. You know, the really old school ones, but yeah, that's just for like when you. Should I demonstrate?
Yeah, if you want to, that'd be great. Let's hear a little bit.
Like if you know, for instance, in Joker, if you want to go. So that's how you kind of get that.
Cool. That's the micro synth with a little taste of the AC booster in there.
Yeah, you get that sub-octave kind of thing going on there.
Yeah, and you've got the micro pogs. You can actually mess around with tone a little bit more there too with various octaves.
Yeah, cool. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, you know, like so like say New Moon Rising, you got. So if you just want to kind of beef it up a bit on the chorus, and you whack that one on. And I sort of sometimes put those two on at the same time.
To really mess with the tone in a cool way.
Keep stacking it up.
Yeah.
And then you've got the wah-wah pedal, which I have no idea what that is, but I got that somewhere in I think it was Paris. What we have here is a 535 Crybaby.
All right.
It's got a great tone. Amazing. Just, you know, when you're doing the solos and you just want a bit more top end and you just push it over the edge, get that kind of page thing going on. It's, it does the job.
And you do get that kind of page thing going on, which is hip.
Well, thank you. Do my best.
Cool. So we're going from the tuner to the micro synth to the AC booster to the Pog to the wah, and then we're going, I guess, to that tremolo pedal over there.
Yeah.
Classic Boss TR2 trem.
Very exotic. Well, I've had a lot of tremolo pedals and they just fall apart, as you can imagine. Super Trem, I think, was the last one I had.
Okay.
The knobs just fell off that. So this is just a go,
Man, and people, make a fuss about boutique gear, but the thing is, if you're using Boss and it breaks, you can find one anywhere.
Yeah.
There's really a lot to be said for that.
Yeah. It's a good road warrior pedal,
Yep.
Because, you don't want to bring too much expensive stuff on the road because that's just a recipe for tears. I learned that lesson a long time ago. Bring cheap equipment or you're just going to get upset.
Yeah, was there something in particular that died that was very painful, or?
Yeah. Well, I can't remember, but yeah, stuff gets. Yeah. I mean, but I'm saying that this isn't cheap.
No, it's not.
So I haven't actually learned. It was probably a country gentleman Gretsch that I bought in Boise, Idaho, which I just did one song, took it off like this, just bowed, and it hit the monitor and the neck just went, just popped off. So
okay.
But I try to just bring just war horse tile, just guitars you don't care too much about. Even though this is a nice guitar, don't get me wrong.
No, it is. Yeah.
Something that you can throw at the drum kit and not, or you can stand. Stuff that you're not gonna get.
Yeah.
Too fragile and caught up about it. Because it's a live show. You're in the live context. You want to get into it. No one cares. I mean, it's nice to see cool guitars and stuff, but nobody knows if it's like a $10,000 guitar or $1,000 guitar. Or
yeah.
I mean, you would know, but
yeah, you want to rock, and they want to be rocked. So you just want to turn it loose, and you don't want to have to be delicate with that.
Yeah.
Totally makes sense.
Yeah.
You got a DC5 power supply there, and you have, I think, a dormant wireless sitting down there. We consider as well.
I just got that on the last West Coast tour we did about a month ago, but I left the transistor in my guitar case, which I didn't bring.
Cool.
So we're using the lead, but highly recommend these things. They're great. And they're really easy to set up. And I mean, this is another sort of like evolution of just minimizing the gear, because I've had the Sennheiser thing with the racks.
Oh yeah.
And I've literally seen that come down the baggage carousel, and you know, the case just fall open and the rack just, and I think I'm not bringing that again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's sitting at home as well. So as you can see, I'm like the minimalist guitar setup with.
Which is great. There's a lot to be said for that. Minimal
it.
setup, maximum tone. You know,
That's
what's
it.
wrong with that? You know, nothing at all.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the new generation of the Shure wirelesses are really cool. I got one recently, and I was playing a gig in a place about this big. Went outside,
Yeah.
no problem.
Wow.
You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
It was really good.
Yeah.
Cement walls, no problem.
Yeah.
Did a good job.
Yeah. I don't know what they've done, but how they've managed to compact it all into that one pedal,
But it is
works.
sweet. Yes.
Yeah.
So are you guys working on another record right now too, or is that on the docket for after this this run?
But yeah, Rock Out, I think COVID sort of messed up my perception of time, because now I think it was like 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, I think it was like 2001. I think. I mean
2001, yeah.
A Space Odyssey.
Before we even started the band,
exactly.
the
Back when
record came out.
Monkeys were slinging things at obelisks and the whole deal. It was very confusing.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, 2021.
Yeah. So, Rock Out. Then after that, I've just put out, what was it? Midnight Train. And then Stay a Little Longer, all independently released, you know. But yeah, you know, I'm working on riffs and stuff, but I haven't really completed the songs or put together arrangements or anything. But yeah, no, it's yeah, like whether there'll be a record or just singles, I'm not sure. I've got, you know, I'm kind of just used to just putting stuff out whenever I feel like it, you know.
Cool. Well,
No manager, no record label. What else don't I have? Well, all that stuff's gone, and I've been doing no amps. I mean, this is probably the most crew we've had. We did 4 months in Europe with without a tour manager, guitar tech, or anything. We just use the in-house sound guy. And we're selling out like the Paradiso and
right.
playing
you
festivals and
you sold out tonight.
sold out tonight
800 person room.
because
you know,
nobody
in Nashville.
knows this. And no one cares. It's only us. And now we're talking about it with people who care. But of course, it's nice to have. I mean, there was one festival in, I think, Zwart Cross in Holland, where I was given like directions to get to this festival in like handwriting.
Oh.
Like without, it wouldn't go in the GPS because it was in some field in the middle of nowhere. And I'm like, you know, in Holland, like the street names are like that long with like Zs and I'm like, I need to get a tour manager, man. This is stressful.
Yeah.
But yeah, just play, you know, keeping it light and easy these days. Yeah.
Cool. And I know tonight's gig is going to be a blast. Thank you so much for talking with us. I really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Stay in touch. And also, you out there, please stay in touch. Make sure you like our stuff. Make sure you click the subscribe button. Stay tuned, because there's all kinds of good stuff at premierguitar.com. Thanks again, Andrew.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. Cheers. Thanks.
I've had, if we counted them, probably 7 bad D'Addario strings in 30 years.
The reason we only stock D'Addario strings is because D'Addario strings are perfect.
It's nice to be able to depend on something.